Jmenuji se Lukáš, jsem z Německa a už jsem v České republice třeba rok a půl. Udělal jsem 2 semestry, udělal jsem intenzivní kurz dvakrát, 2 semestry a minulý semestr jsem udělal večerní kurz. Začínal jsem kurz, protože moje přítelkyně je Češka a proto jsem si taky stěhoval do České republiky. Když jsem začínal tady v Karlově univerzitě, vůbec žádný český nemluvil jsem, ale teď mám úroveň B2. I think the course is a very great help to get started in Czech Republic. It was a tremendous help in all aspects, I would have to say, of life one can experience here, because it is very nice to first of all have a nice social environment of people who are in the same situation. Secondly, it is a great help to get into the language, into the Czech language as soon as possible and very intensively. So within one semester, within my first semester, I realized I was able to learn more Czech than people who live here in Czech Republic, maybe for 2, 3 or 4 years, but who did not take any kind of course. So that was great to get started and to get to know more Czech friends, which of course again helped to learn more Czech. So it kind of snowballs into this Czech approach of life here instead of, how best to put it, a more expat approach where you would not dive into the culture. The atmosphere during the classes was always very good. I have to say that if you have one day full of Czech classes, after some time your head starts hurting a little and it's a lot of information you have to take in. However, it was a very nice mix between theoretical lessons, between games one plays, between more active parts, more passive parts. So the atmosphere in class was always very good. And because of that, there was also a lot of meetings after classes, I have to say. So we sometimes spontaneously prolonged the class after its official end somewhere else in the Prague Center. So that was always very nice, and I have to say the atmosphere was and is one of the best things about it. When I came to the class and I realized that the teacher only speaks Czech and not English, and even worse for me, some of the classmates don't even speak English. That was a huge shock at first. However, I quickly learned to really love that approach because it does not give you the chance to be lazy and to fall back into English, but it gives you the opportunity to really involve yourself in a Czech-only atmosphere, because Czech is the one most commonly spoken language among all of us. And even though it was not always easy, I have to say what, for example, helped a lot is that we still had some of the class materials, like the books, with the English language. So if it's a more complex topic like Czech grammar, you still have the help of an English, or in my case, German-cased book, which helps to explain all the complex things, but therefore it left all the interactions in Czech, which was very nice. And I have to say that it even helps me to this day, because from this class and from these classes, I have friends who do not speak any English, so we only can communicate in Czech, and to this day it just serves as a great training and a great motivation to keep improving the language. So when I first started learning Czech, I did not know at all that there were any German words used in that language. So it came for me as a great surprise once I heard the first words where I was like, wait, that sounds very familiar. So yeah, it was a big surprise, and to this day it always surprises me how many and what kind of words get used in Czech. So you have words like punctual, pünktlich, which gets used a lot for a very precise kind of person. However, it is also not always 100% reliable, because some words are what I would call false friends. So the German word for face in Czech oblicze is Gesicht, but in the Czech word, if you describe a Gesicht, it means the same part of the body. However, it has a very different, much more rude connotation. And after some trials and errors, I got taught that not every word should be used, even though it sounds or is coming from German. In my opinion, I can definitely recommend the classes here at ÚJOP, at the Charles University, because it is the one thing which can guarantee to give you a great start for a life here in Czech Republic. It makes you and helps you understand the culture better. It provides you with a social circle of people who are in the same situation as you. And I do think that language is the one basis for getting integrated into a new culture. To this day, people always get very happy and very excited if you speak Czech with them. So I just have to say, if you're still thinking about it, if you're still on the edge, I can very much recommend it. Go to the class, try it out, learn some very good Czech in the beginning, and it will definitely pay off down the road. What I think is also a great thing is that there's a very deep and a very tight connections with the teachers. So the teachers do not only in the classroom create a very nice and active atmosphere, but they also feel like a person you can always go to and ask in case of any problems. So this creates a very deep bond. So with some teachers, for example, Ms. Novakova, I'm still in contact today. We still write to each other. She still asks us how it's going in Czech Republic, how we are doing. So it very much feels, in my case, even like some kind of motherly figure who is there for you and who watches out for you. And that's also a very great thing to have. And especially in the beginning, it's also a great help to get used to life here. I use Czech at work a lot. And there was actually one moment where I was really proud and I realized how far I have come when I worked together with John Mucha, who lived for a long time in Great Britain and speaks perfect British English, but also perfect Czech. And we started speaking in Czech together, and I also offered that if my Czech was kind of weighing us down or slowing things down, we can obviously switch to English. But he was just like, oh, no, that's fine. We can keep speaking Czech. That's easiest for me in this moment. And that for me was a great moment when I realized, hey, okay, that even people with perfect English prefer to communicate with me in Czech because it's working so well. That was a moment where I really realized how far I have come, and I was very proud of myself that day as well.